Alright, welcome to my awesome video on B.F. Skinner behaviorism. B.F. Skinner is one of the most famous psychologists in history. His work on behaviorism and operant conditioning, it's changed how we understand learning and behavior, and you might not even realize it, but his ideas are everywhere in daily life. Let's start with the who. Who is B.F. Skinner? He's an American psychologist who believed that our actions are shaped by rewards and consequences, not thoughts or feelings. His work influences things like education, parenting, therapy, even how companies design apps to keep us hooked. All of those things, environmental consequences. Let's start with his early life. So he was born in 1904 in Pennsylvania, and he originally wanted to be a writer, but later switched to psychology because he was more interested in human behavior. He also grew up in a stable environment with his parents and younger brother. His education and career, he was a smart man. He got his PhD from psychology from Harvard in 1931 and later became a professor there. He spent most of his career researching how behavior is learned and how we can shape it using rewards and consequences. So outside of his education and career, he did have a personal life like all of us. He was just a regular guy. He was married. He had $2. $2. He probably had more money than that. 2 daughters, and kept researching behavior until he passed away in 1990. His influence still lives on to this day, though. Theory. So let's define what behaviorism is. This was Skinner's main idea, was behaviorism. Behaviorism. I think I'm saying that right. The belief that psychology should focus on what we actually see and measure, behavior. He thought things like emotions and thoughts were too messy to study scientifically. Let's define operant conditioning, his biggest contribution. It's the idea that behavior is shaped by its consequences. If something good happens after you do something, you're more likely to do it again. So if something bad happens, you'll probably avoid it next time. So there's reinforcement and punishment. Reinforcement increases the probability of behavior, and punishment decreases the probability of behavior. An example of a positive reinforcement is introducing a rewarding stimulus after a behavior. So this could be adding something good like a reward for doing your homework. A negative reinforcement, removing an aversive stimulus after behavior. So this is turning off a loud alarm when you buckle up. Positive punishment is introducing an aversive stimulus following a behavior. So it could be like getting a speeding ticket. And then a negative punishment is removing a rewarding stimulus following a behavior. This could be like losing your phone for breaking the rules. Yeah, Skinner, there's a thing called the Skinner box experiment. So to test his theory, Skinner created the Skinner box, and he put animals like rats and pigeons inside and tested how they learned behaviors based on rewards. So for example, if a rat pressed a lever to get food, if a rat pressed a lever and got food, it kept pressing that lever. And this proved that rewards shape behavior. So some real life applications. Operant conditioning is everywhere. It's used in education, parenting, and therapy. Education by teachers using rewards to encourage good behavior in class. I do this on my bus. I'm a bus driver and I do this a lot to the kids. Giving them rewards to see good behavior. Parenting, kids get privileges for following the rules, and therapy, it helps people build better habits and overcome bad ones. So my thoughts and reactions. Do I agree to this? Yes. Honestly, I think Skinner's theory makes a lot of sense. We can see it working all the time, and rewards motivate people, and consequences make us think twice about our actions. Some everyday life examples. So a positive reinforcement is you go to the gym, you see the results, and you keep going. Negative reinforcement, we covered this one, but the car stops beeping, so when you put the seatbelt on. And then punishment, you get a speeding ticket, so you try not to speed again. Some criticism that I found for Skinner's theory is it ignores emotions and thoughts. We're not just robots responding to rewards, and it can feel manipulative. Are we really learning, or are we being trained? So my conclusion, even though it has its flaws, Skinner's work changed psychology. His ideas are still used in education, therapy, and even how social media keeps us engaged. Behavior isn't just about rewards and punishment, but they definitely play a huge role in shaping how we act. Here are my references, Harvard University and the textbook, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope this has helped you see how Skinner's work still influences our lives today.